Alright, looks like we're gonna go ahead and get started with this game here. Let me let them know that I'm all good on my end. We'll zoom in here and take a look at what they have to offer here in terms of setup. Let me go ahead and kill the music. I may or may not have a co-host join me. I'm gonna go hop in a Discord channel just in case. While they down select, they eliminated key positions, limited viz, and minefields, leaving them with clear conditions. Currently they have major offensive and battle lines available, or intercept and sabotage. If they keep it, they'll keep intercept, major, and clear conditions. If they eliminate major, they'll have the exact same mission I played, which would be funny, but also not surprising in the slightest. Alright, so let's go and hop in a channel. There we go. I'm in a channel now, so now if someone wanted to join me and co-host, I'm good there. Everything else is fine. Everything's fine here. How are you? So, tonight we have Caldias. This is his first game. It's my buddy Craig. Oh, and it looks like they are doing my exact mission. Alright, go figure. So yeah, they're doing the exact same mission I did. So this is my buddy Craig, Caldias. This is his first time playing in any sort of competition or circumstance like this, and yeah, so it'll be interesting. He's playing against Kenotooth, who I've covered before, and he is a great player. So it will be interesting to see just how he does. Why is my stream not appearing on the top? I don't know. So let's go ahead and move this guy over a bit. There we go. And then map, I need to change this to be intercept, battle lines, and clear conditions. Alright, so now that is set. Center this bad boy. Bring this over so it's not really obstructing the view of anything. That should be fine. And there we go. Alright. So, this is our map setup. They're going to go ahead and start deploying the tokens, but of course they're going to go in standard places here. Every, basically, quarter part of the board. So center, and then a quarter away, and then a quarter away. So it's going to be a nice even fight here. I think that red actually has the better deployment. Caldias probably was not aware that he can flip the map, and probably should have, because that would have given him this hill, and this hill is pretty clutch. But where it's at currently, he can actually set up his FD up there and probably be okay. So that said, let's go ahead and take a peek at the different lists. I'm going to pull up my lists here and see what we can do. Alright, Mr. Thrawn here. Yeah, to hell with that hill. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out the lists. We're going to go ahead and start with, let's start with Keno, shall we? The more experienced player. So he has Han Solo with the Steamed Leader. A pretty normal setup there. Han being able to dish out his wounds to other people. Not a bad idea. He's great at taking out troopers. Great at taking out anything really, because he has Sharpshooter 2, as well as our Sharpshooter 1 and Pierce 2, as well as his Uncanny Luck and a few other things like Gunslinger. So really good unit. Gonna see him really be used. Not nearly as effective here as he would be against Empire, but still probably going to be pretty good. Then we have Chewie with Hunter and Tenacity, so he's going to want to get up close and get into combat, because Tenacity is going to be great in combat, as he's now going to be swinging with 5 red die, as well as Hunter, which gives him that free aim. Then we're going to have Rebel Troopers with an officer, so it's going to help propel everybody around with a Z6, another Z6 unit, a medic unit, a naked trooper unit, scattergun and environmental gear trooper units, so they're not going to be slowed down by anything, so that's going to be great for them. That'll really help them propel themselves across the board. 2 sets of snipers, and then a land speeder here with the jockey, who's going to give them an additional cover. So that's going to move them up to cover 2, which is going to be huge. Also going to have the rocket and the little blaster on the front. So a really powerful land speeder here, and it just so happens to be on a great map where it can take advantage of a lot of different avenues. It's going to be moving at speed 2, so that means it's not going to go blowing past anything. It's going to have some really nice and easy lanes that it can jump through and be able to take some stuff out. Alright, so let's flip the side of the board, and we're going to go ahead and take a peek at Caldias' list here. And it's going to feature Luke. Good old Luke with Force Push, E-Stims, and Jedi Mind Trick. So a good setup here to be able to take out anything that's in standby, as well as bring anything that's just out of range into combat with him. And plus, E-Stims certainly helps him survive some things that Thrawn will tell you screwed him over. So, in addition, we're going to have a Rebel officer here with improvised orders, helping swap out some orders here and there if he gets the wrong token he doesn't want. Of course, also being able to do spotter is going to be nice. I suspect that this guy's going to be a little bit of a spotter unit, helping things out and help propel a few things. Then you're going to have Sabine. She has the Electroline Grappler, or Electro Grappling Line, rather. So effectively, it's a cheap version of the Whipcord. It's a 5-point instead of a card. It's tappable, and then it basically immobilizes and suppresses things. So a nice little 1-2 punch when paired with Luke for sure. And in addition to it, she has Recon. So her Gunslinger is going to come in nice here. She has what, Sharpshooter? No, she does not have Sharpshooter, but she does have Pierce 1, and she does have Gunslinger. So she's going to be able to target multiple units as whenever she's out on the battlefield. So she's going to be like a better version of Han against Rebels, but not so much against Empire, as she only has Pierce 1 and no Sharpshooter. Then we have 4 Z6 troopers, followed by a naked trooper, followed by a fleet trooper that's also naked, and then a interesting laser cannon with a HQ uplink, so that way it can always activate whenever it wants to. Well, get a token whenever it wants to, that is, as long as it refreshes. And also a barrage generator to make it have a nice suppressive pool, as well as 2 white dice on top of its already existing 5 black die pool. So that much more firepower in case it wants to start targeting troops, and also the ability to start dropping 2 suppression on people as they attack. So, whew, that was a mouthful. Alright, so now on to why there are naked fleet troopers. Well, to be honest, Caldias is not really experienced. He started the game like right when the game was released and hasn't played pretty much since. And now that Sabine's out, he's kind of getting back into it and will more than likely to get heavily into it when the clones come out. So he figured he'd go ahead and give it a shot and learn the rule set here by playing this league. And yeah, so he's going to make some list, what is outside of the meta list choices. So just because he does it doesn't mean that he is doing the wrong thing. It means that's just what he chose to do. And that is where we are with our list. So we're seeing deployment here. We see snipers being deployed already. It looks like still sticking to the same plan as always hiding the spotter behind some things. Kenotooth not really having to wait to deploy his snipers, as it's kind of obvious that they're just going to take optimal positions, and putting them here so that they have great lines of sight to this objective, as well as right into this whole space of deployment, and then up here on this hill to have a great view of pretty much the entire board from this one sniper's position. And as being uncontested like he is up here, that's going to be fantastic, and it's going to take a long time for the Empire to, or not the Empire, for Caldias to march his troopers up there to even start impacting these snipers. So we see the fleet troopers get deployed right behind the heavy crates of Doom, so that they get a nice little pop-up position here where they can easily get to the objective as needed. It looks like they're going to heavily focus on that center area. Then we see the medics supporting them as well. Good choice, because that's going to mean that those fleet troopers are going to be able to be restored if they get knocked down. I suspect that the snipers are not going to really be feared being knocked down and to be revived, so that will work out there. And then the officer unit being placed over here just as a token unit to go for this objective. It looks like Kino's really positioning himself to take all 3 objectives, and it looks like Caldias is also responding with a plan to go for all 3 currently. So right now he has a trooper unit set out over here to probably wrap around these boxes and go for the objective there. He has the blue units here along with Luke behind this hill, safely tucked in so they can't get shot right away. They'll likely have the ability to respond to both the center and the, what do you want to call these? I guess the map setup side of the board. Then we have the fleets as well as the officer and another Z6 squad sitting back behind this rock in the center. They can respond to either side. A Z6 squad over here, as well as a naked squad sitting in this corner, likely going to be able to push and put heavy pressure on this token here. Alright, so we see the land speeder going down. We see Sabine was set up right here in the center. The ability to respond to pretty much everything. And then the laser dish being placed pretty much in response to the land speeder here. There you go, he's in. Perfectly placed. Alright, and the land speeder right here, right in the center to start going immediately at people. With the laser dish set up as a nice perfect little response. I don't think you could have gotten a better spot other than putting the dish up here, but then however your range would be pretty much, even if you put it at this exact corner, range 4 would probably get you a good sizable chunk. However, from up here, your vision would be pretty limited. I think that where it's at right now, yeah, its vision is limited. However, it does have this objective pretty well locked down. No one's gonna go into it without questioning the fact that they're gonna get shot up pretty heavily by a suppressive generator FD cannon. So that's gonna be a pretty gnarly gun coming at people if they choose to move at the center. This sniper sure is going to be able to shoot at it all day long, but yeah, shooting at it for 6 turns is going to be a waste of that sniper. And this sniper over here can't even see it. So, not a bad placement at all. Alright, so, card is laid down. I'm sure they're working through, Caldias is trying to choose his card. Might be a little bit of a learning game for Caldias while he's at it, too. Alright, so while we wait, I think I got myself a buddy to come and join me. Possibly going to join me. We'll see. If not, I'll solo it up. Alright. Pulling out his list, looks like, or his card, we're going to see Push versus Legacy of Mandalore. Legacy of Mandalore is your typical first turn to card here. It basically gives Sabine a bunch of different tokens, either aims or dodges, depending on who she assigns orders to along with her. Giving one to Luke means that she's going to be able to get a aim or dodge. One to the officer, also the same, and then herself, obviously. So she's going to get a dodge and an aim, or whatever token she wants in any combination. And then, of course, Push, the 2-pip. Not a bad choice there. Alt Art, because why not? We see one going on what looks like the commander. So going to be Han. Wherever Han is. Oh, Han is in the land speeder. That's kind of cool. And then, of course, one going on to the land speeder as well to guarantee that it'll go when Kenotooth wants it to go, which I'm assuming is going to be last. However, Caldias correctly responding by using HQ uplink to assign his token to the laser cannon to prevent it from being accidentally drawn and used way too early. He wants that laser cannon to be used after that land speeder moves up. So, perfect use. Alright, so first token draw goes over here, goes to Chewie, apparently. Not sure if that was intended, but that's what we got, and now Chewie's marching up to be behind these light crates and behind the heavy crate as well. Looks like he's trying to take aim at things, but at range 4, it looks like he's not going to have range to a lot of things as he is range 1 to 3. So instead, he's going to put himself in a nice fully concealed position behind the heavy crate so that he cannot shoot anything. Or be shot by anything, rather. If he was only range 4. Yeah, not going to happen. Thrawn, if you can, please, like, ping Kodak, tell him to join me in the Legion Discord channel. And that way I'll have a co-host. Thank you. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what Caldias is going to do to respond to Chewie moving up. I have no idea if teamwork proccing due to transport. Yes, indeed, TCAF. Han in the speeder is amazing, simply because he can just fly around wherever he wants. Can use Uncanny from the speeder, that'd be hilarious. That would be actually kind of interesting. Just provide Uncanny to it. That'd be hilarious. Alright, so we're just going to re-roll all the land speeders saves here because I'm just going to juke it left and right because I'm the best pilot in the galaxy. And then yeah. Instead of giving it re-rolls of saves, it would probably give it an extra, like, 2 cover. That'd make sense. Alright, so basically what we saw here was the Naked Squad move up, and they basically got behind this cover here to provide themselves a little bit of reprieve from shooting. However, this one little rebel trooper is exposed to the snipers if the snipers want to take that shot. But however else, they are here safely behind some heavy cover. Alright, so we see naked troopers on Kenotooth's side as well moving forward. And again, I'm going to apologize for the rough transitions as I zoom around the board. They are double moving up to get behind the heavy rocks here and get roughly in capture range of this objective. Looks like they are getting in a position here to be nice and concealed from any troopers moving up. These Z6 troopers likely will move up to respond, double moving to be behind these rocks as well. Also potentially baiting because that might mean that Luke is going to run out there, but we'll have to see where Luke ends up. I'd assume that they want Luke to go last. I am not a Rebel player, so my guess is we'll see. We'll see what my guesses are going to be like. Okay, thanks, man. I will, I need to PM him, I guess, the server info as well. Let me see if I can't find that real quick. There. Hang an Ewok. Agreed. SO 800 over on, or 8000 over on the YouTube watching. So thank you for tuning in. As I'm getting everything resituated here with my displays. Alright, so Keno moving his rebel troopers up, put them in a nice spot. Caldias deciding who he wants these troopers to be. Does he want it to be the green squad or does he want it to be the fleet action? I would say the fleets probably... Being naked fleets, it's sadly not a lot you're going to see them do. So they're going to take a dodge and a standby at the moment. Alright, so keeping them in the back, holding them off, saving them for another turn. Likely, you could have ran them up, but they'd be open to a bunch of shots if you ran them up this early. You could have risked the Z6 troopers on either side, but I suppose you could have moved up these Z6 troopers because you know that they're going to double move to be up here. That would have been a safe move, thus buying time for the fleets. However, he has a plan and he's sticking with it. Alright, so the officer-led Z6 trooper unit going to charge forward here. Looks like they're going to get close to the objective, but not necessarily right at it yet. See if he can't place anything in cover, but that is going to be a pretty open position where he's placing everything. He might be able to get a few guys into cover, but I don't think where he's currently at he's going to be able to. He's going to basically shove the Z6 back there to preserve it, keep it from getting a hit. And everyone else is just going to come out there and hang tight. Alright. Good position there from the officer and Z6 unit, putting them next to the Hill of Doom. A little bit of rearranging. But there you have it. It looks like that will be a move. I'm assuming they're going to take a dodge based on the fact that they haven't double moved. And yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. Taking the dodge. Alright, so Caldias. He is going to draw from his stack, I imagine. It does give a nice juicy target for this Z6 squadron if they want to move up there, as well as this Z6 squadron. Both should be able to get within range 3 of them, especially if these guys want to move out. It will be in the open, but they will certainly have just this squad to contend with and the sniper. Ooh, and those snipers are actually in range 4. So it looks like he's going to activate the laser cannon and fire at the snipers, perhaps? I don't know who he's firing at, but we're about to find out. A crit and 2 hits. And a failed save. Who was it on? Alright, it was indeed the sniper. So taking out one sniper right out of the gate with the FD cannon. Not exactly what I would have assumed that you would do, but he certainly did it, and it worked out. I don't exactly know what his second action was, but it did work. He's going to fire and recover. Ooh, interesting move. Good call, because that allows him to then recover both of these cards after he fires. So he didn't take an aim and just rolled with the risk of it, waiting to see what will happen. Alright, so taking a shot at Sabine with the sniper. It looks like that's going to be in the open. It looks like they're calling it as light covered down to probably open. And 2 hits. So Sabine can dodge one of them. Or no, she can't. I'm sorry. I'm thinking something different. Has to take them. And fails 1 wound. So Sabine taking 1 wound already. And she will also take a suppression. 1 out of 5 though, so she is still pretty good to go. Early use of the sniper there, targeting Sabine, getting a wound on her. That does open up Hunter for Chewie later. So you could arguably say Hunter activated. Alright, Caldias drawing a token, a trooper token here. He's going to go ahead and move on out. Likely to engage the red troopers up at the top here. Because that will put him at range 3. And he can easily get all the shots in the open at that squad, and it would see everybody there. So, going to come down to a lot of Z6 variants. Can he make it happen? Alright. Caldias targeting the red troopers there. Indeed, looks like everybody's in the open. We're going to go ahead and see a Z6 unit. Will he get some good dice from the Z6? Ooh, the answer is yes. 5 hits. One of those will be able to be dodged, which is fine, but 5 hits is huge. So 4 and 1 save. So all that's left is an officer, the Z6, and a singular guy. Great use of that dodge token. However, the squad over here, the troopers that did fire, are now completely exposed in the open. That might be a juicy target for some other units when they come around the bend here. What looks like possibly the land speeder can have a good time with them, as well as the fleets, depending on what the fleets want to do. Alright, so drawing a sniper token. Looks like it's going to be the lone sniper here. Rolling off his suppression. He is able to roll off one of them. And he is going to move, likely back in the same position that he was originally in. However, probably a little bit further back so as not to be shot by that laser cannon again. So yes, outside of the range of the laser cannon this time. He has plenty of space to manipulate where he wants to be. If he wants to shoot at that laser cannon, he can do so for the next 6 turns. He also has a shot at Sabine from where he's at, I think. No, she's perfectly covered from that position. Coming over here, he does have a shot on Sabine, though. I assume that is what he's going to target. Put more shots on Sabine. And it looks like that is going to be probably an open shot. Because it is not touching anything, and from his vantage point, he probably sees her whole base. Well, no, that's very well probably heavy cover. So heavy down to light. A surge to a hit is not going to do anything. Unless they're saying it is not heavy. And he saves it anyway. So Sabine just taking a suppression. So she is currently rated as suppressed. However, within command range of Luke, so she wouldn't panic. Well, even if she had more suppression, she wouldn't panic off the board. So not a problem there. Love how I'm dropping frames already. Oh no, I'm not dropping frames. I just have skipped frames. Cool. Good job. Alright. So, officer taking a dodge. Can he give out dodges? Can officers do that? No, they can take cover. Interesting. So it looks like he's doing take cover to give himself and the green squad dodges, and he's just going to hang tight. Apparently I'm getting a bunch of Facebook friend requests for some ungodly reason. And now back to Kenotooth. Looks like he's activating the purple squad here. Looks like he is running them to try and see if he can heal up this sniper. And I believe the answer is going to be yes. He can get up that hill and still have the range with which to get somebody over there and put some heals on that sniper, bringing back the spotter. So burning a charge off this medic. Not what I originally thought that the medic was going to be used for this game, but that is exactly what's going to happen. So it kind of works out. Basically putting them to make sure that they are outside of the range 4 of that FD cannon. And then placing all the troopers so that he has enough range to the sniper, and so that the medic is safe nicely behind cover. And reviving the sniper. Keno's currently forgetting this one trooper here. Let me remind him. Alright. And then back to Caldias, going to pull yet another trooper token. He has the green troopers here, as well as these blue troopers and these blue troopers. Looks like he is going to go ahead and activate the green troopers. I believe, yeah, you cannot hop up and over that. But that's fine. If he moves here, what will his range be? His range is indeed 3 to these guys. I don't know if he sees the Z6 though. He does not see the Z6. However, it's still a shot you can take. You can potentially hit them. Looks like the sniper might be out of range. So if he moves to where he's at, he can get shots at that Z6 squad and continue to push this way, as well as potentially remove them from the board, depending on how well he rolls. They will be light cover due to the suppression. They might be heavy cover, depending on if the line of sight goes through this crate. The answer is no. So that should just be light cover from the suppression. However, we'll see how they roll it. Alright, so Z6 squad. Gonna see if they have good variants like the past one. And the answer is the exact same roll. Literally the exact same roll. So, shot and blocked. However, that is another suppression on them. Apparently they ruled it as heavy cover. So, ignoring those 2 hits and only going with the crit. Alright, pulling out the pink troopers over here. They're going to go ahead and charge, I guess, behind these crates to get in a position for the next turn to hop up and over. And that should be my co-host, I believe, just joining the game finally. And we'll see if he joins me in chat. Alright, so it looks like salmon troopers are going to go ahead and move up, get into some nice little cover position, basically to await the next turn where they will be able to hop up and over these crates and get into capture position of this objective. Now, that said, if Teal were to move out and try and take shots, he would likely only see 2 troopers, the leader and the one guy over here. The other 3 would be nice and concealed. Unless they... no, there's probably no way that they can see him unless specifically dropped him right here. The unit leader. Well, they could do it if he positioned his troopers well enough. They could see the Z6, likely this guy, the leader, and this guy, depending on how they place them and what they want to do with them. That said, it looks like these troopers here, they'll get some nice light cover behind these crates, but they're all likely exposed, the naked troopers there. To some nice fire from these dark blue troopers. However, Caldias is making the mistake of forward deploying some of his units. He might not be experienced enough to realize that that is a bad thing, but sometimes it's bad, sometimes it isn't. Also, hey, it's Kodak.
Get yourself caught in that extra range. You definitely don't want to do that. We all know the dangers of putting your rebels in exposed areas.
Welcome, welcome. Nice of you to join me.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, everyone else bailed on me, so you were the last person available.
Oh, wow. Way to make me feel special.
Well, you can be special provided that tomorrow works out. We'll put it that way.
Oh,
That
that
said,
is
for anyone not familiar, Kodak here is our clincher tomorrow. If he wins, we will clinch our team's game. If he loses, well, we're just going to kick Thrawn out of the team.
at least I'm not the one that's going to get thrown out.
Oh no,
I
you
appreciate
decide
that.
his fate. So
That's all.
you can
No
throw the
pressure.
game if you want. All right, so Z6 shot ringing out. We're going to have 3 hits and a crit. Assuming that they're taking that as light cover, it's going to be 3 hits or 3 wounds, of which 1 is blocked. So 2 troopers out of that naked squad are dead. So you are the expert rebel trooper in the current chat, or rebel player in the stream that we have going on right now.
Expert's a little heavy, but yeah, I'll take it.
I mean, I've played Rebels twice, ever, so...
Rebels is indeed my current faction. Clone Wars coming. You know,
You'll
gotta get them
play
clones.
you'll play pre-Rebel Rebels.
I will. So he's taking the fleets here, and he might have a little issue if he puts them in the wrong spot. That compulsor for the speeder can knock them out of place.
It looks like he's going to double move them to make sure that that's not a problem. It will set
Excellent.
them up in a interesting position because Luke can come and charge them down the next turn, if that's what Caldias wants to do with Luke. Additionally, Caldias might want to... No, there's no way that's range 2 of the blue fleet troopers. So I think he's fine there. It does give Sabine a target. Not sure it's a great target, but it does give her a target. As well as these light blue Z6 squad, it gives them a fantastic target, as they're going to be in the fleet troopers going to be in the open.
You take that every day, all day. Fleets
Yeah.
are dangerous, especially when they're against rebels. Against rebels, you'll find that you're taking down a lot of that squad because you don't have the red dice.
The red dice does make a huge, huge difference. So, FE checks range from here. Does he have range to those fleets? I don't know. Oh, it looks like he's going to double move it rather than take the shot. So,
I don't know if I like that, but he might not have had the range.
yeah, he might not have had the range. I don't know. I'm going to assume that would have been a very long range 3 if that's what he was going to do. And he is forward cohering his units, so that likely to put them in a nice covered position. However, that is making him a more valid target for those fleets if the fleets activate first next turn. All
The
right.
real danger that you're going to have is Luke Skywalker just running right around and bopping them in the face.
Yep. So here we see the land speeder coming out, driving on top of stuff. Matt Shurik's saying next turn's going to be a bloodbath. I agree. Oh, man. Here we go. A lot of target. Yeah, Matt Shorix and Lunta going back and forth. Ghost walking.
You go right for the FD turret here.
Yeah.
You
I
can't
think you
let
just
that
start
thing
really
get,
wounding it.
Get a few shots on your own airspeeder. That's a lot of dice. I'm not the biggest fan of the FD turret, but when it gets used and gets used effectively, it can be a very dangerous piece of equipment.
And it is currently covering that center objective really nicely.
Yes,
That said, I think that the FD turret was improperly used to shoot at a sniper earlier before you got here. I think he should have waited to use it now, because now it's going to really force Caldias to make some serious choices as to, does he want to use that FD turret first thing first next turn to try and take out that land speeder, or does he want to use some other tokens to try and take out these fleets in the open? Like, it's now making him choose quite a few different things that I'm not sure he wants to do. Quick pause in time here. Don't know why, but time resumed.
You're looking at quite the dice pool here.
It is a pretty substantial dice pool, especially with
5
that,
black, 1 red, and 1 white. That is, whew,
especially with that turret being in the open. Okay, so you see.
6 hits.
Okay, so it does
that is
surge to a
brutal.
hit.
Yes.
Okay, so 6 hits. It could effectively wipe that thing out. Wow. 1 wound left.
That is brutal. That is a lot of points that you invested in that turret, and to lose it pretty much round 2 guaranteed. It's a bad fail. That's a bad fail.
Agreed. That FD should have really held on to its activation until after that land speeder moved. But he wanted to use it early. I'm sure he had a game plan for it. And very lucky rolling from the land speeder and very unlucky rolling from the FD turret. Sadly, taking 5 wounds all just right out of the gate.
As a mobile platform to fire in, the land speed is really good.
Thank you, by the way, Night Goblin, for the follow. Much appreciated. Lunta, it wasn't the best deployment, but it also was limited as to where it could deploy. I suspect if he really wanted to deploy it a little safer, I guess he could have put it back here where the officer is, but I would assume the entire intention was to put it so it can cover the objective token there.
With battle lines, you're looking at a rough map no matter what.
I would have personally flipped the map being blue player, so I could have taken that giant hill in the center.
Yeah, that would have been a good spot.
But that is things I'm not even sure that Caldias is aware of. This is probably one of his first games on TTS, and he also only started playing recently as a tabletop player. Well, recently playing Legion, I should say. He's been playing, he's a very big kill team player, so he's very experienced in that avenue. So that might not translate very well to Legion. And he only played Legion for a little bit when it first came out, so a lot of this is new to him.
Ooh, coming out with Sabine.
Sabine rolling up, actually, into an interesting position here to counter anything in the center. Double moving. Han jumping out of the land speeder with his activation. Making a speed 1 move out. Into the cover and onto the objective. Now, if the speeder had moved 1 more time, he would not have been able to jump out, but since it took an aim and a fire, he's able to just hop right off the side and run forward.
Now, I'm not sure I like this position on Han either.
It is a high-risk position.
You are putting him real far up, and Luke Skywalker has not activated. That's not a great move for Han to be in.
He's looking to probably get Sabine, though, but yet be just out of range of Luke.
I would risk the range 2-shot on that FD turret. A little bit to the left, and he might be able to get Sabine and that turret.
Yeah, it would be a huge point swing, because keep in mind, Sabine's 125, the turret is, what, 70, 80, 90 points. So Han would trade, what, two, what was Sabine, 125? So 215 for 125. So even if Han did nothing else, trading up for those two, he would come out miles ahead.
Though I'll be honest with you, I still don't like putting Han in a position where he's
it is a huge risk.
Him versus Sabine is very risky.
Well, Sabine does not have the Darksaber.
So she doesn't have the Darksaber, but she has Impervious, and he doesn't.
Agreed. So she will have the option to save past his
correct
Pierce.
Especially with 2 dodge tokens, you got a lot going there to put him in a risky spot so far.
And there's 2 hits, so Sabine can blow her dodge tokens and be perfectly happy.
You dodge 2 of those all day and only lose 1. That's a win.
Yep. Han definitely looking for crits there. Only getting 2 hits, not a problem at all.
And now you have Han out in the open.
As Ghostwalker's saying, it's telegraphing the 0 pip next turn pretty heavily.
And yep, here comes Luke coming into the fray. He's
Gonna
still
jump
going to get
up and over the hill.
He's probably still going to get a range 2 on Han, and a range 2 from Luke is the same as facing Han's gun.
Just minus the sharpshooter.
Yep.
Unless Luke wants to move forward more. Oh, he could drag Han into close combat. He might be able to.
I don't do it.
I think it's
a risky play. I don't do it. If you have the range to shoot Han, take those 2 shots on Han.
I think you take the shots this turn. You're going to see Han either zero pip it or change of plans it, assuming that Luke is going to Son of Skywalker. So instead he's going to double move here to position himself for what I can assume is next turn.
This is a risky maneuver here, because you're looking at that airspeeder possibly rolling up on Luke from behind.
I would... So round 2, so this is a scoring round. I suspect we're going to see change of plans. I really suspect. I think Lunta's right on it.
You got to think that you are seeing change of plans.
Yep. It looks like Luke is telegraphing Son of Skywalker. However, Sabine here with explosions could get a really good shot on probably Chewie, the Landspeeder, Han, and the fleets.
With how spread out his army is, I would take that explosions.
I would be okay with either Son of Skywalker or explosions.
I think you throw one with the plan that you'll go with the other.
Yep.
If he's changed plans.
Yeah, I think Lunta's right. Do Son of Skywalker first and then explosions as your backup, because Son of Skywalker's like the second tier at the moment with what the possibility is. But we'll see. Again, we got to keep in mind Caldias is kind of new. And there you go.
Yep.
Change of plans with Son of Skywalker. So now you're going to see explosions, I imagine. And I would not be surprised if we see Han throw out his zero pip.
Sorry about the mess.
Yep. And there you go.
Ooh,
exactly
there you
as
go.
called.
Bravo.
Man,
Tony
we are
Romo,
on it,
yeah.
you and I.
Tony Romo.
Oh man, I am like the savant of calling cards because they're incredibly telegraphed. Let's be honest, they're just telegraphed.
It's another problem with Luke coming up here is potentially Chewie coming in for swinging him. Chewie's one of the units that does not care that Luke Skywalker swings with 6 dice.
Exactly. With so many wounds, it's going to take a long time to chew through Chewie. No pun intended.
There you go. 2 shots.
Either 2 shots or Han charges Sabine and prevents her from using explosions. But nope, instead, looks like shots at Sabine. Looks like she's going to take 1. Oh no, he surges, so she's going to take 2. So needing that 3rd dice. Only 3, I believe, not 4.
And he takes 2. Well, 1 wound, sorry.
Yep. Oh no, she would be rolling 2, I'm sorry. Pierce 2, I keep thinking he's Pierce 1 from snipers. Oh wow, blanking on the shot, getting a crit and a hit when shooting at Luke though.
I use that aim. Use the aim roll for a 2nd crit.
He already did because he rolled blanks.
Oh.
So this was his 2nd roll.
Missed that.
Luke, immune to Pierce, ignores the hit and is completely fine.
Skywalker's gonna Skywalker.
Yep.
Now, 2nd action, do you run away?
Yes. I mean, he's still going to be in explosion range. Well, hold on. I'm going to have to, like, screen look this. So that's... And I'm using my hands here. So Sabine can jump right about where my cursor is now. Range 1 is probably about here. So yeah, that explosion should be able to hit Chewie, the Landspeeder, Han. Oh, activating
I like
the...
this.
That's a good call.
This is a good call. You know that this thing is going to die. You need to get a shot off with it.
Do you shoot Han in the back as he's running away?
No, because then you give him heavy cover from...
For this...
explosions doesn't matter.
Yeah,
But you
so
give it
shoot
heavy
the
cover.
Landspeeder.
Yeah.
Ouch. 3 hits.
I can't remember if that surges.
It does surge to hit. It looks like he is not taking an aim because he intends to recover it. And he was shooting at Han. Han taking the dodge. Getting 1 save.
Uncanny luck.
Ah,
Chewie took the wound.
it was Chewie who took the wounds. That's not terrible.
I don't know if I would have recovered with that FT turret.
I would have taken the aim because it's going to be
It's a
dead.
dead machine.
Yep. I would have taken the aim. However, again, keep in mind, we shouldn't be too critical. Caldias is a new player. So these are a lot of things that you learn over experience and time. And I'm sure he's going to learn a ton from this game. And probably the next game, he will play it completely differently.
Very true.
Alright, so Chewie moving out, getting within range 3 of Sabine, going to shoot at Sabine. What looks like it's going to be through concealment. So it's going to be heavy cover because of her suppression.
Mm-hmm.
However, putting an extra suppression on her will be problematic. A crit going through, along with 2 hits. Those 2 hits will be ignored. Rerolling 4. Ooh, an additional hit. So there you go. 2 hits on Sabine. Going to need to roll to prevent the pierce.
She does get an extra die.
And failing it, taking 2 wounds. Sabine up to 4.
That is brutal. That's dangerous. That's the danger of moving your piece out that far like that.
That said, I think at this point you activate Sabine. Hope you roll the suppression. I mean, you almost have to hope you can roll the suppression off.
Even if you don't, you oh, she doesn't have Dauntless.
Yep.
This is 25 points that I love. Dauntless.
Gotta roll the suppression first. Because if this is the case, it's going to change up her entire game plan.
It absolutely does.
Rolls off 1, still suppressed.
Only 1 action. That is brutal.
I think you run her away.
And lose the entire explosions?
You keep the explosions. That gets equipped forever.
You cannot place afterwards. You only gain place for this round.
Oh, interesting. Bosk is different, I think.
She has detonate until...
so she has detonate until the end of the game.
But she can only place during this round.
Gotcha. I think you just... if you do place it, you throw it right at the center objective and you just move into cover behind the objective.
Take the 1 pip. I agree with that. It won't quite have range, but it's a good deterrent. Now, Caldias being a new player, probably will take the explosions now, if he has the range.
He will hit the fleets with it.
You might forget that it is not quite ideal. That it might be just worth waiting for.
Yeah, I would say, well, he could still hit the speeder, but the speeder's not exactly a big deal. So he would hit the fleets as well as the speeder.
At this point, you leave the fleets to Luke, because Luke's also going to get hit by those, and there's no reason for you to do that.
Yeah. I suspect... Oof. Unless he's going to take both explosions on the fleets, but I don't think you need to.
This right here is why like I said, I love the dark saber.
Yeah, that Dauntless would have helped. However, it does still put her in a non-safe position being out there. I guess she could plant it and then run behind this heavy crate and hope for the best, but still. She is very much in an exposed position.
It's kind of like the double bounty list when you're running Luke Sabine. You need to 1-2 punch them,
Yep.
which means you can only present one of them as a threat at a time. When you present both of them as a threat, you run into
Ooh,
situations where
explosions
they can
miss on the first one, striking on the second, getting a crit and a surge. Failing one, taking one. Only losing a singular fleet trooper with the explosion.
But they are going to lose an action from that.
It will lose, well, potentially. Han is right there, so...
Potentially.
Correct, Night Goblin. Trigger is a free action based on any action performed at all. So the speed one movement is a
And they removed that suppression.
trigger. Yep.
Yeah. I think if Cal had been a little bit more experienced, he would have left those mines.
I would have thrown him right on the objective and left him there.
Just left them there until you absolutely positively have to detonate them.
I don't know. With 4 wounds, though, Sabine is very likely going to be taken off the board this turn. So what do you think we'll see these fleets do? I think they'll move up
and...
shoot
Luke. They're going to shoot Luke. Or maybe come up and try to take out the Blue Squadron. But Luke has no protection from them right now.
Yep.
That's an easy shot.
Yeah, because they're currently touching. No, they're not touching.
Eight dice you're throwing. That's with an aim. You know.
Ouch. Do they surge to hit?
Through.
I don't know.
Yep, just the one through.
And Luke failing, taking a wound here.
Number one way to beat Luke Skywalker is put a lot of dice on him.
Yep. As with anything, if the more dice you throw, the better. It does give Luke a nice juicy target. I don't know if that's a target you take though. And another suppression. Yes.
You know, you got Z6s right over around the corner.
I don't think you use Luke on the fleets.
Yeah.
I think you shoot them with the Z6 units.
Yeah.
And have Luke charge down and probably pull Han into him.
I think what you do is you swing for the fences with the land speeder, pull Han into you.
Yep. And then Son of Skywalker next turn, and that'll probably wipe out quite a bit. I still think the FD should have shot at the land speeder. Both turns.
I agree.
But, again, he had a target that he wanted to take, and he took it. I can't fault him for trying something, and the dice just not cooperating. Alright, moving out the Z6 squad.
Yep, get into range 1, get a score, and you're going to get an open shot on those fleet troopers.
Yep, and also gets him within capture range of the objective.
You might as well consider those fleet troopers dead and gone. Unless this Z6 whiffs. Which it,
I mean, we've seen it before, so anything's possible.
Oh, it does that. it do that. Correct, Matt. No, with no improvised orders, you're in a heap of trouble if you pull Luke at the wrong time.
Yep. I think improvised orders is going to. I don't know. I would.
Yeah.
Well, no. I'm sorry. Rebel officer has improvised orders, so.
Well, he does have improvised orders.
Yeah, he does.
sorry.
That said,
You kind of want to pull him now.
Chewie can play that one card that lets him draw change of plans back in.
Yes, but that doesn't allow you to play the turn that you get.
Correct. It might save him in the following turn.
So here's another forward cohesion that he does not need to do.
Yep. He really should be deploying them pretty much where my cursor is back here, like almost behind the crates.
Mm-hmm.
This forward cohesion gets him in range of pretty much everything. I get what he's trying to do here, but it was unnecessary. And also, I'm not sure I would have taken that shot. Well, maybe. If this was the case, I definitely would have placed him back.
The real thing is you could probably have taken out those fleets, and you're going for an upgraded model.
Woof! That's a lot of hits. Well, that's one squad eliminated at least, so that's one activation down. So that is a thing at least. It is a naked squad though, but it's an activation. I will give him that. It does clean up that flank nicely.
Fleets, though.
It does, however, expose them to the salmon color back here hopping up and over this crate. Alright, Wounded Red going to strike out here at this point. Looks like they might try and... They need to roll the suppression off them. They do not. But it does not matter because the officer gives them 2. So they're just going to move up behind these crates, take advantage of the cover.
Mistake too. You concede this point. You've lost it.
I agree, but it looks like he's going to try and force the issue. It seems like both players are effectively trying to play all 3 points, and I think that is a losing strategy for...
One of them.
Well, for one of them, but for Intercept is when you play all 3 points, you're spread out too thin, versus someone who's going to play 2 points only. That said, if both players are playing all 3 points, then it doesn't matter. So the Z6 unit moving up. They're going to get some shots here against blue
Z6.
out in the open.
Can the Z6 see?
I would argue... I would say no. Because if you look from the Z6's head, he cannot see.
That's a big shot.
Well, 2 hits though. The players both agreed to it, so that's what they get. The Z6 apparently can see, so. Losing only 1 trooper though, that's not the worst thing in the world.
No. But
actually,
the blowback is really going to be bad for that squad. That squad's probably gone.
I would imagine as well. So, Z6 from Kenotooth not coming out too strong. Alright, back to Caldias. He's got a bunch of options here. We'll see what he draws. And he draws a trooper. I would say you likely can move up the blue unit that just got shot, and you can just remove red off the board as well as capture the token.
See, the other danger here is that the land speeder comes up and swings back. So I wouldn't even move them up. I would keep them firmly where they're at and take a shot.
That is a good point.
Because
that thing is going
to that land speeder.
Yeah, that land speeder is going to round that bend.
It's got to go somewhere.
That said, if it doesn't shoot at the FD will just lay into it next turn.
Well, you assume that if it swings to the left of where it's at now,
yes,
it could probably get hidden from the FD turret. You know,
depending on quite a few things. If he hangs a right with it and starts going after the other point where Luke is close to, that'll be an interesting move as well. Alright, so it looks like green is just going to probably delete out...
Yeah, that unit's gone.
Yeah, because they should only have light cover. And there's 4 hits.
Yeah.
So,
at 3.
Yep, looking at 3. Oh, he's saying heavy cover. I disagree with that. But that's what they agree to. However, there's still a Naked Trooper set, as well as blue with their Z6. So, if they don't die this round, they're gonna... Well, if they don't die from one of them, they're gonna die from the others. Alright, so Salmon... Looks like they're gonna likely hop up and over these crates and probably put some shots into Midnight Blue here.
I don't know that I take that. I think I leave it. It's only round 2. You have a few more rounds to go before you need to make points.
Both are being incredibly aggressive with the point here.
The real risk is that blue squadron now comes out and takes a hard right hook on you.
Well, I think that they first go after the fleets. I don't know. It depends on what Luke wants to do.
I think.
I still think you attempt to go after Han with Luke. Oh, they're going to shoot at Luke. They're going to try and suppress him out.
I think by Blue Squadron not going after fleets, he's already told you what he's going to do with Luke.
Yep.
Or attempt to do with Luke. Nothing.
Just the suppression. However, the officer, he will be out of Inspire range. So, unfortunately, that officer not going to be of much help. But I'd start running that officer over that way at least.
I mean, but you only need one move with Luke.
Yep. Oh yeah, because he does have charge.
You know, not quite a huge fan of that shot.
All right, here you go. Teal moving out. Or not teal, but light blue. Ford cohering once again. If I was teal, I would place my trooper leader against these light crates, so that way they gain cover. And I'd just Congo line them backwards. I think that, again, this is probably Caldias showing his newness to the game. This will be something he'll probably learn over time, where if he put his trooper leader... I gotta look at the dice. Just 2 hits. Not great. Getting 1 kill. So
Strong
I'm sure...
white dice tonight.
Yeah, I know, seriously.
Dice.
Caldias will probably learn over time that he should have put his unit commander touching the light crates here, the cargo crates, and then Congo lined his troopers straight backwards, so that they all would have had shots and all been in light cover and return fire. But that's a thing he'll probably learn over time.
I still think I would have taken that shot at the fleet troopers rather than the Z6.
I agree, but he probably has a plan. Snipers taking shots at Blue Squad here, trying to load them up with suppression to try and prevent them from moving.
This is vital.
And aim and fire, he's more than likely going to hit, but I've seen crazier. There's 1 miss. Will he make the next? Oh! Double miss! That is huge! That is huge!
Just what Rebel snipers do.
And people ask me why I didn't shoot at Han with my snipers in my match. That's exactly why. So that means that you activate blue here.
Yep.
Roll to remove their suppression. If they don't, then stand and fire anyway. They remove it. I'd move forward and fire. Really? No, I'd yeah, they don't need to move forward because they could. Fire. If they wipe them out, that will take out the capture. It looks like he's going to move forward though.
Just to get into
capture range, and also remove the cover for the most part.
They're still going to get heavy cover no matter what you do.
Yeah, I would have aimed and fired.
Shot. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they are, a reduced unit, I guess. Hoping for some crits here.
Uh-oh. There we go. The game, stopped for a second. I still think if it was up to me, I would have aimed and fired, like you said. Instead, now it's just a suppression.
Nothing.
Oh, no.
Saying light? Suppression plus half the units hidden.
They're taking it. They had a great save. I would have aimed and fired. Absolutely would have aimed and fired. I think now that you have these 2 units on here, you wrap green around the other way, and they could have shots in the open. And here comes the land speeder.
can't fire the rocket at
Oh, because it's range.
2 to 4.
Well, no. So he's gonna blaster Sabine, probably rocket the FD, and he might eliminate 2 units with that single throw. Except 2 is not bad. 3 is gonna be bad. So Sabine out of that should take 1, and she's good.
Forgot that he could add his rebel pistol to that.
Yes.
2 white. You got the Arsenal 3.
Yeah, you might as well take advantage of it, unless he's saving it for this. A crit.
Ooh.
Single hit. Oh. FD is removed.
Lucky. I will say that you do not want to be splitting that thing's firepower up.
That said, that is a perfect target for Luke to charge. Luke might be there and might be able to jump down on him. Yeah, Lunza, that is not how you roll defensive dice.
No.
Agreed. Luke could charge down there, tag the land speeder, push the fleet troopers into him if he chose to.
Here's the commander.
Well, he still has the officer.
The officer.
To buy himself time. He does have all the time in the world.
Oh, he's going with them. You know, sometimes you get that Luke bloodlust.
I asked Thrawn about that.
I know what that's like. Well, no, Thrawn didn't get the bloodlust.
All right, dropping 1, so Luke gets 2 actions.
He got the weight lust.
Yeah, wow. The paralyzed by indecision.
Yes.
I think... Oh man, there's so many juicy targets. I think you move Luke out there. You
run for Han. Blow up the middle of his army.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean you could. He can get down there and run at Han. I don't know if he'll... Oh yeah, he could force pull him in.
Mm-hmm.
He'd very much get him force pulled. No, don't go at the troopers. Don't do it. Well,
he's going to. This is the plan that he had all along.
If he does, yeah, that's true. If he sticks with it, he could then, however, if he gets lucky on this charge attack and kill, does he get a second move?
Yeah, that would be his second action.
So then he could second move to Han and pull him in to tie him up for next round, in which you then Son of Skywalker the next round.
Bam.
I think that might be the gamble. Is he's hoping that he rolls well enough.
I mean,
that
it doesn't take much.
He could pull Han right now.
Yeah. I think I'd pull Han towards me, just as a precaution. Pull him out of cover, expose him to the blue rebel troopers, expose them to danger.
Because that is a free action.
Yep.
And can he also do... No, you only get a singular free action, so... Oh, he's Jedi mind tricking him. Interesting. I don't know if I would do that, because he's only going to have 3 suppression next turn.
Yeah, but he's only used one action so far.
That's true.
So
he'll get a second action to trigger another free action.
You could force pull him recover.
We'll see what happens. Depends on the die roll.
Again.
There's 4 hits. That could wipe the squad.
That's dead rebels all day.
Oh god, yep, that's the fleet all dead. Oh man, this opens it up. Do you charge the speeder? Well, the speeder doesn't care because you already got your charge attack. Do you pull Han and charge him, and then next turn Son of Skywalker? I vote yes.
I would recover. Force push him.
Nope, he's pushing him.
Yep, push him. But push is a free action, so you push him, recover.
Son of Skywalker.
Push him again, and
him
yeah, again. You could do him.
Oh my god, that'd be brutal. If he knows that you could do that, that'd be insane. Because then he'd have what, He'd have 6 suppression. Oh no, he's taking a
gonna go with the
dodge.
dodge. Yep, he'd have a whole lot of suppression and a
Oh, I don't know why you
whole
take
lot
this
of trouble.
dodge though, because all that's left is pink up top. Matt Shorrock's over here saying that that's some high tier play to recover and do that move.
You got to have Luke in a very special place to be able to just rip a recover.
This would be
after
that
you
exact place.
and that would have been the place.
That said, he can Son of Skywalker, pull Chewie, contact both.
Yeah, I assume that he's going for the Son of Skywalker right now, this next turn.
Zaconia saying only one push a turn. Not if you recover.
Not if you recover.
Because recover would allow you to trigger another...
Really?
It's an action...
Ghost is saying that you can't do that more than once. GW, where did you hear that?
Well, apparently we're being corrected by both Zaconia and GW. I will take it.
Oh, because it's the same action? Even if it's a free action. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. I'll...
Well, then my dreams
sense.
of doing that would be gone.
I guess that's what also prevents, like, Sabs from dropping 2 explosions a turn. Which would make sense.
Is he trying to get a shot on Sabine here?
Looks like it. He would have it. He has her hand. It's gonna be in heavy cover.
Throw those dice all day.
Yep. I mean, why not? So, 1 hit. This can do it. 3 up save. Oh, no!
Yeah.
Sniped out by a rebel trooper without Sabine really doing a whole lot of anything. However, for what it's worth, she's
Luke
not
is coming.
Yeah, she's not the big ticket item here.
Luke is coming.
Luke is gonna murder his way through Han.
Thank you, GW. Appreciate it.
No, I stand corrected. Thank you for that call out. Page 37.
I stand corrected, GW.
I appreciate that lookup.
He is an honorary member of the mass squad. He agreed.
All right, fleet's gonna roll up. I don't know what you're gonna do with the fleets though. I guess you get close to the speeder and light it up. I was gonna double move to get them in position to capture it.
All you're doing is tying.
Yeah, denies a point, which is fine. It's not great, but because vehicles can capture,
yes, and intercepts.
Intercept and key positions. They can. Yep. Destroyer gains victory for at the target gentleman they have. No, it's trooper units. So no, he would take it. Because the land speeder does not count. Land speeder only counts then for key positions.
Key positions break. Wow. Why don't they work on intercept? That's dumb.
So both players have traded activations this turn. Although Caldias losing out on larger activations. Snipers rolling, getting a singular hit on the troopers in the open here. So, singular guy getting killed.
Not what you want to see.
I think as big of losses as Caldias has taken, I don't think he's hurting as bad as he might think in his head.
I would agree with that assessment. He's got a whole lot of
Because he effectively has the right flank completely wrapped up.
Mm-hmm.
The left flank, he has 2 Z6 units on 1 Z6 unit. In the center, he has Luke about to murder the hell out of Han. And then this land speeder, all it's going to do is like go forward, and then it's basically out of the game.
Well, that's not true. That land speeder is going to swing around the back and.
But it's going to take multiple turns to swing around, and by that time, sure, it can start shooting at these trooper units, but everything else will be dead. It'll probably take him at least 2 turns to swing it around. So Caldias might be onto something just ignoring the land speeder. So if he swings green around here to take shots at red, I think that is the smart move, and it looks like that is what he's going to do.
I think you could get there in a single turn. Get shots on blue and green, and light green.
He would have to double move both turns, yes.
I think you just double move once. 2 should
forward cohering once again. Again, not a good idea, but yes, Shorks. Again, Caldias is a new player, so you might not know like what the best equipment is. 2 hits on the rebels, down to 1 from suppression. And blocked again! However, they are at 3 suppression, so they do have a chance of panicking. No, they don't, actually. I'm sorry. Because the rebel officer is going to bring it back down to 3 and be fine. And I believe that is it in terms of this turn. I believe Caldias scores on all points.
1, 2. Yeah, he does.
I believe he scores on all points.
You know, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Scoring early does not mean that you've done well for yourself.
Correct.
Sometimes it's better to leave the points on the board and come back for the swing in later rounds.
GW correct here, saying that Naked Fleets as a backfield unit is not terrible because 8 white die coming at you is quite alarming.
Yeah, it's a scary move.
I would
a lot of dice.
I would suspect you'll see Son of Skywalker here.
How could it be anything else? Versus push, probably.
Ambush.
Yeah, not ambush.
Also trying to save the day on Han.
That's your only hope.
I don't know. Han will have to roll off a bunch of suppression to do anything, though. Oh, and keeping it! It is indeed timed. I don't know if they actually care to play at a time, though. So, Luke with Son of Skywalker. Oh, no, he rolled a surge. I'm sorry. I thought he rolled a block. Yep. I just saw paint. I didn't even look.
So it is Han's going first.
And he fails to roll off anything, so single activation. Han is going to get murdered here. Does he get him? I guess he shoots on his way out the door.
I think that's the way you do it. You just go for that. I'm going to shoot. Or you try to hide behind Chewie.
Yeah, but then Luke can contact both. However, Chewie in close combat is going to be pretty gnarly. He does have tenacity. And Hunter. So you're going to be throwing 5 red die at Luke with an aim every turn. No Pierce, though, but still, Luke's a 50-50. So it looks like he's going to Gunslinger.
Yeah, that's the call.
Yep.
You Gunslinger both of them. Take
2 hits.
2 dead. Straight up.
And that is why you don't forward cohere them. They would have been out of range.
Yep.
Alright, and then 2 wounds on Luke. Will he save him? No, double wounds.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's efficient.
Luke now at half health.
Half health, yep. And this is where the swing can really come in for
Chewie now a massive unit on the board.
For Kenotooth.
I almost say you hold off on using Luke at this point.
No.
You think you go right away?
You can't risk losing Luke right now. You can't.
I suppose. I'm just saying in terms of draw a trooper unit and try and take out Salmon, so that way they can't roll.
These snipers have a shot on them. You know, this rebel trooper up here has a shot on him. Salmon has a shot on them.
Jedi mind tricking Salmon, and then force pushing, or not. Force pushing.
Yeah. See, this way you force Chewie to have to come forward.
Yep, that's the correct move. That way you're not moving any closer.
And exposing himself to being hit.
Yep.
And Chewie doesn't have charge right now. You know?
Yep.
Chewie only gains charge after he's enraged.
First swing. 3 hits.
3. I'm assuming he didn't aim with his first action.
It appears not. Han, however, still taking 3 wounds. Or
Pierce 2, so he...
Oh yeah, Pierce 2, so taking 2. This time 4 hits. Getting so far 2, 3
so
more.
Taking 4 wounds.
Yep.
He's dead.
Yep. Han has been killed out by Luke.
Unless they messed up the map.
No, I believe that's... Han should be dead. Han has... Oh, no, Han has 6 wounds. I'm sorry. I'm thinking he has 5. So no, Han's sticking around
I thought he was already at 6.
Guess not. Ooh, drawing the land speeder. A little early.
Oh, going to the right. Beautiful.
Interesting.
I think I still go left.
Wrap around and start taking out the troopers on that side?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have nothing else over there to deal with that objective, so that's just going to be a free objective point. Instead, going up the hill. His current angle, however...
Can't see anything.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to see anything. And if he could, though, he'd be able to hit stuff, but... So nope, changing it, just going straight ahead instead.
You swing around one more time and... Oh, nope.
Alright, well...
For it either way. Take a free move and move up and shoot.
There we go. That'll do it. So taking the short move here for the first action does get him in position. He can fire down into those rebel troopers, so that does work.
Cover right there. That's beautiful.
Yep. So that will indeed work.
Going to be throwing a lot of dice at them.
In all honesty, you go for the Midnight Blue. Always finish off wounded squadrons. Never leave them alone.
I wouldn't do that just because you have to split your dice pool.
Yeah, because of the rocket. I keep forgetting about that guy.
So 2.
Makes him... Wow.
Yeah, that...
White saves are on fire tonight.
That is a feel-bad situation right there. Because at least if you had shot in at the light blue with the full dice pool, you maybe wipe a whole squadron out.
Yep, and now Ice getting the rocket, getting 3 hits in. Blocking 1, so losing 2 people. Going to be the same squad size as Dark Blue now.
Yeah. Splitting dice on that land speeder, they just don't feel great. For suppression, it's not a bad idea. But the problem is that Luke Skywalker's right there, so
Yeah, they're not going to run off the
they're,
board anytime soon.
they're not going to run off the board. I'd rather roll 8 dice at 1 unit and hope that I'm going to wipe a 1 unit activate, 1 total activation.
That said, troopers. Well, salmon is a juicy target for
Primed.
either of these two.
Primed and ready. Regardless of what you roll for a rally, you're still going to get a good shot on.
It does indeed take away the aim action. You are right, but still.
They're in position to already shoot though.
Oh my god, he drops both. Huh. I suspect you aim and fire at this point.
I'd probably aim and fire at Chewie.
That might not be terrible, but salmon is right there. I don't know.
Salmon is right there, and that is a tasty target.
Yep, that's what I would do.
No cover.
And he is taking the aim. Alright. Salmon with just the suppression cover. Wow! That is not a bad rollout.
That is the thing of beauty. 4 dice.
Oh my god! 5!
Going up to 5.
So down to 4. Saving 2, however, that knocks out the extra troopers, leaving ice back there to get pretty easy shots at both the Z6 and... Uh-oh. There we go. Hung up again. Shooting at the Z6 and the rebel trooper there. Mm-hmm. So many white saves are being made that it's ridiculous. Sniper firing at green.
Gonna take advantage of all those lovely white dice.
Oh my god, double miss. Into a double miss again.
That is 2 turns in a row he's had that happen to him. That hurts.
Man, that right flank is, or the dice thrower flank is going to collapse hard for Kenotooth.
That is the Kodak dice right there, guys. In case you're
Swear to Christ, you better not have Kodak dice tomorrow. Thrawn will be off the team.
Poor guy. Feel bad for him, really do.
All right, drawing
gonna get off the island.
The commander here. Why not move the commander up and just shoot at Chewie? Why not?
I think you move up.
Improvised order it, or looks like he might be improvised ordering it.
If you could get Luke in range to take cover on him.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
Wouldn't be a bad play. Or you throw it on these fleet troopers and
have them roll up and lay into Chewie. That might not be a bad play either. That'd be a really good play. So it looks like he's doing the double take cover. Giving one to himself and one to the fleets. I suspect these fleets are going to roll up and they'll either have their choice of Chewie or the pink troopers up on the hill. Drawing snipers again. That is not what Kino probably wants to see. Firing and finally getting hits at these troopers in the open. Gonna be 2 dead troopers. So down to just the Z6. And then it is Caldias' draw. Likely going to be another trooper unit. I think that's all he can draw at this point. Yeah, I would activate the green. He clears a suppression. Oh no, he only had 1. I don't know why he rolled 2. And does not. But in his current position, he can just fire at red and hope for the best.
Yeah, you hope that you panic red right off the board. That's really the game plan for you right now. Every activation he delays on that is one you're winning.
Does have the potential to kill him. That is an option. Oh my god. That'll do it.
Going through.
Well, no more Z6.
I'll tell you, these white dice are rolling real
They're
nice.
saving
today.
over 50% at the moment. That's
That
insanity. Absolute insanity.
Statistically improbable.
Alright, Salmon here. Wow, so almost all of Kenotooth's trooper units are gone.
Situation's rough.
So Z6 units striking back at Teal as they're unactivated, so chance here of potentially wiping them out. One hit is not going to do a lot. He does have that buffer model. And is blocked anyway. Oh my god. What did we do? Are we rolling red dice now? Alright.
10 minutes ago, if you had asked me who was in charge of this game, I feel like I would have said Kenotooth had a good grasp on it.
So, firing,
it's
I
swung
suspect.
the other way.
Aim and firing to try and take out red. Okay, that works.
I think I would have moved up on the snipers there, the ones that have already activated.
He wants to guarantee that this one unit is dead. I give it to him. So, 2 coming through. This should... There you go. Wow. Saving one of them. He still got him, but wow. Alright. Well, that was effective. Alright, pink up top.
See, now you're getting to the point where Ken has to make some real desperate moves to stay in the game.
Effectively, yes. The land speeder's untouched. However, it can't capture points. Han is about to get murked, and Chewie is exposed.
But untouched.
But untouched. Well, relatively, as a singular wound, but that's irrelevant. So, looks like the rebel troopers up top are going to shoot down at the fleet troopers. And a whopping hit. With the aim, that now becomes 2 hits, down to 1. And 1 fleet trooper is dead. So that is actually a big deal with a naked fleet trooper squad.
Never feels good to lose fleet troopers.
Nope, sadly not at all. Drawing from the stack, he draws another trooper unit. Looks like it's going to be ice. I suspect he's going to probably attempt to wipe out Salmon here. He does not manage to. So
that's still...
Yeah, plenty of range. Plenty of range. Aim and... Or not aim and fire, just fire.
Just fire.
Try and wipe out the squad.
I mean, if you wipe out this squad here, it's all but over in name.
2 hits, so one of them goes through. Because that is not cover. There goes the Z6.
Yeah, you're in bad shape. Can your land speeder do enough to help you win?
I don't think it can, because the center, even if the land speeder wipes out everything over on the left or the map setup side, it's going to overshoot them at next turn anyway. The right side's completely held, or the dice roller side's completely held by a buttload of troops from Caldias. The center could be contested or held by Caldias. the right so far, or the map side, I just don't see what Kenotooth can really do what left other than token damage here and there and attempt to take out squads, but wow. This is not what I would have expected at all. Literally at all would never have expected this.
Well, they Caldias started off as super aggressive, and Ken decided to be aggressive as well. And we all know that that old saying from X-Wing where it's if two guys are jousting at each other, one of them is wrong.
Well, Chewie taking out a squad here, that is actually a big deal.
That is huge. That is huge and impactful. Luke Skywalker is still right there. He still has all the other points.
All right.
You're asking for a lot.
Trooper unit looks like it's either going to be the blue squad over here or the fleet troopers. Blue squad can roll up and probably start laying into snipers.
Yep.
From where he's currently at, he can shoot that one sniper. It'd be a waste. I'd move up to try and see both. But apparently he's going to be content where he's at, and I assume aim and fire.
Maybe he can't see both.
I mean, arguably, one person can see between the pipe and the rock.
Yeah.
Depends if they're... Oh my god. Depends if they're going to call it that way. But I would argue they could. Wow. That's going to be 4 saves.
Yep.
And yeah, if you look on my screen, you can see that cloak right here through this guy's eyes. So that should be 2 dead... Oh my god, he got it.
Yep. Oh,
Nope. I disagree with that. You can see him through the pipe and the rock. I'm not a judge, though, and I don't think we're calling it that way, but that would... It's not my place to say. That is for the players to decide. Lunta, I can't. Oh, hi, kitty.
They agreed to it.
Yep. Ultimately, the players agreed to it. They also might not have even bothered looking. I'll put it that way. There is 100% chance that they didn't even bother looking.
I think that's a mistake to not have moved up and try to get that full open shot.
Oh, maybe that... Oh, yeah, they couldn't see it. I'm sorry. I was looking at the rock. That was actually a rock face. That looks... It's the same coloration as his jacket. So if you look here, it actually does look like the model from a distance. So no, it would have been impossible. I think you're right. I think moving up would have been the better move. I'm sorry. I completely miscalled that. I didn't bother looking at the other side of the rock. See what happens when you make too quick of a judgment call? Should have looked.
It's all for the commentary.
What? There's nothing left to activate and they take a dodge and a standby?
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I moved those fleet troopers up and whacked Chewbacca in the face.
Oh my god, that was a waste. Yeah, that would have been 6 shots on Chewie, refreshed it next turn, done the same thing. I don't know what he's trying, unless he's really trying to hold the center point, but he can hold it by getting closer.
Probably worried about shots from Pink.
My force is my ally, and reckless diversion.
Yep. That's, expected. I guess.
And, Han looking like he's going to activate first. Putting it on Chewie.
Well, you know, that saves salmon.
So Luke getting a dodge. That will save salmon, you are correct.
Han rallied.
It looks that way. So does Han swing at him, or does he withdraw?
Dodge up and swing. Oh, he's aiming! Oh,
Wow.
crazy bastard!
Ballsy.
Oh, he had crits. Why did he do that?
He probably didn't mean to.
Uh,
Alright. 2 hits on Luke. Blocking them both. Woof. For a hot second there, that almost got bad.
that would have been great for him. Catch these hands. Now here comes Luke.
Well. Yeah.
I think I take the recover here. Push Han out of the way. Charge Chewie.
Let Han just get shot by the fleets.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good move. Because then Chewie no longer becomes an active target.
Yep.
Yep, that's probably the right call.
Jedi mind tricking him. Nope. He's gonna go for the kill.
He can, however, hop
He
into
can
combat.
still move, yeah.
So that's 3 wounds, so Han is dead.
Yep.
And then he can just charge Chewie, and it's going to be a lot of swings at Luke, but... Yeah, I feel the push and then charge would have been the right move.
Oh, getting away.
Not sure that's the right idea, because then Chewie can just shoot at you. I think charging Chewie is the right move, because then that takes away Reckless Diversion. And it ties up Chewie where he can either swing at you with a bunch of reds, which is not great for you. I don't know. I don't know. I still think the best move would have been to push Han, charge Chewie, and swing at Chewie. And hope for the best.
He's gonna jump. That's also a good move. Get out of there.
It's not terrible. It does get you heavy cover.
Save the points.
Yeah, heavy cover plus a dodge. It's not terrible. The land speeder can not hit you any which way no matter what happens. Because effectively what could have happened was the land speeder could have hooked a hard right, Chewie could have withdrawn, and then Luke could have been shot up by everything that the land speeder has. And he's force pushing Chewie apparently on his way out. That's not the worst thing ever. Alright, drawing the snipers. Going with the single sniper. I don't know if they were ever in range 2 of the fleets, because the last time they didn't shoot at him anyway, so... Alright, sniper moving and taking a shot at the fleet troopers in light cover up to, or down to open. The fleets were never in range 2 because they never shot at him in the first place. Oh no, it's heavy cover, I'm sorry, heavy down to light. Oh, pushed into range 2. I'm sorry. You're right. He could have pushed into range 2 and they could have aimed and fired. Sniper firing and missing completely. Sorry, I misread what you were saying. It is indeed the 3rd round of blanks for that sniper unit.
Hurts. Hurts.
Not able to rally. But still getting a single activation out of this. I guess...
Panic. He has no commander.
What are you talking about? It's a single suppression.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were talking about Salmon Squad. My bad.
No.
My bad.
So he's going to move them. Oh, okay. He's going to move them into the light cover. That's fair, giving them some hope. Pink squad likely going to shoot at the fleet troopers again. Aim and fire. Well, there's one. Yep, just one.
I wonder if it wouldn't have been better to shoot at the officer there.
Failing. I don't know. Because the fleets are now down to 2 men.
That was a tough call.
Yeah.
Ken's in a rough way.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Ken is not in a good position right now, despite what the board looks like. Alright, troopers. I'd say utilize the fleets. They're going to die otherwise. Or move green up and start shooting at the other sniper. No! What are you doing? Okay. So he moves into the sand pit to try and get him some concealment. And it looks like he's going to shoot up at... Well, depends what he wants to do. I guess he could shoot at the medic squad.
You can definitely see the sniper this time, right?
No. From my... Going into this guy's head...
Too low.
Yep, he is too low. Perfectly concealed by the rocks. So it looks like he's probably going to go for pink based on this. 2 hits, that's just a suppression. However, if he panics them off the board, that is a thing. The land speeder going to move. Going to make that hard banking turn. And coming into contact with blue. Displacing them, but looks like he's just going to go like this. No matter what he does, I don't think he's going to be able to fire at blue, or ice rather.
No.
So instead, he'll likely have to take a second move to try and whip around.
I would just shoot it. I was gonna say I would just shoot at Chewie right now.
And he has plenty of options here, either the fleets or the officer. He could probably delete that officer.
Well, so the front arc gun can shoot out. But the driver and just the driver will have to shoot at Chewie.
The land speeder belongs to the player who owns Chewie.
Oh, duh.
So firing the rocket out the back. And wait, what is he firing out the back?
The rocket and the pistol.
Rocket's too close. Oh no, he is just in range 2. Wow. Single hit, but so all it did was put on suppression.
Splitting that platform's got fire up. I know he feels like he has to.
It has just added suppression across the board, which, when the officer activates, is going to remove one of those suppressions, and it's not going to do a lot.
Luke's right there.
Yep, and Luke's going to prevent them from running anyway. So, it looks like he's going to activate green next. I would move green up and take shots at either the back of that sniper or at the unactivated red sniper. It's probably the best bet to move up and start shooting the unactivated red sniper. However, there are the fleets as well. You can activate them and start firing at Chewie. Or blue can move up as well and start firing at some snipers. Really lock down this whole corner.
Despite some early losses, Cal's made it where it counts.
Yeah. Again, I don't think he's in a bad position at all.
Luke did Luke things.
Luke definitely is pulling his weight here. It looks like he's going to attempt to fire at the troopers up top. Again, if he does this and puts more suppression on them, they might panic away. Oh, looks like he is just out of range, so he's going to have to fire at the snipers instead.
I think I would have changed the approach. Gone around to the right side of the crates.
Getting a crit in. That is a wound on the sniper. And the sniper failing it. That actually coming out not too bad. So the end result is actually in favor of Caldias. Well, again, things are really coming up aces for him. Alright, so getting a sniper token, activating the red sniper who's just wounded, moving into his old position and firing likely at green? Question mark?
Rally. Not that would have mattered, but
yeah. It's not going to matter. Yeah. And it'll be cleared this turn anyway.
Oh.
Brutal.
Those things have yet to have a hit, haven't they?
Brutal.
Or just the one.
GW pointing out 5 straight double blanks. That's been 2.5 turns of no action.
When you look at this matchup from 40,000 feet, you say to yourself, he doesn't have snipers. I'm feeling good about this. Turn 2, I've killed Sabine and his FD turret.
Clearly Sabine not
good.
And the FD turret not being of any consequence.
But 0 consequences for it. And here goes your other sniper right there.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, take the sniper instead of trying to make Pink panic. I don't know. I might have shot at Pink to try and get them to panic off the board. Well, that would have been a long run to panic off the board.
Yeah. By the time they Pink
2 crits coming in on the sniper, that is very, very likely a dead sniper. And there you go. Taking out another activation, basically securing this whole half of the board at this point. That gives green or blue or both free reign to now run around the back of Keno's table.
Yep.
Things have really come up interesting. At this point, I don't know if Kenotooth has enough to respond.
No, I don't think he does.
Trying to rally, and he panics.
Yep.
So he will panic. Need to measure the closest board edge. I believe rear is the closest. I believe that's an incorrect move, but again, whatever they agreed to. However, that does get him out of capture range.
This is round 4, correct?
This is indeed. So this will be another 3-point turn.
Yeah. Game's over.
Yeah, that's game. Wow.
That hurts. That hurts real bad.
That is shocking. As silly as this is, I would have improvised order it to get the officer to remove the suppression from those guys and then rolled. But they still get an action. And they're going to take a dodge.
Yeah, that's... At this point, you just want to be safe. That's all.
I have never in my career seen somebody capture all 3 points twice.
2 turns in a row, yeah.
Twice. That's insanity.
Well, you meet aggression with aggression, and it cost you.
I mean,
you're not supposed to be the aggressor.
The white saves have been crazy. The Z6s have been on fire for Caldias. The snipers for Kenotooth basically shouldn't have even been on the board.
Yep.
Like, it is absolutely crazy what is happening right now. I cannot believe it. This is nuts. And he's not even playing like a true tactical player who knows this game in and out. This is just one of those moments where, luck is just favoring the bold.
Yep. And that is a problem, Matt.
Woof! Chewy coming out, just swinging for the fences here. Does he surge to a crit? He does, so 2 coming through. And there's no way to dodge it. He needs 1 save out of this. Or he needs both because of Pierce.
Yeah.
He gets 1. Ah, rough. So that will mean it's a tie in the center. Unfortunately, not capturing all of the points.
I think that's
still game.
Yeah. So some of the mistakes that Kenotooth made in this game, in my perspective, is he was too aggressive to meet Cal's aggression, and then with his land speeder, instead of focusing on one particular unit at a time, he kept splitting that platform up.
Yep, and not enough dice to push things through have cost him.
Correct. When you're throwing 10 dice with no pierce, you need to make sure that you're getting a lot of dice on target.
So the officer here,
shoots it.
Shoot it. Chewbacca?
Yeah. Runs away.
Or charge right at him, I don't know. Apparently going to charge.
I don't know if I like that. But no, maybe you feel
unless
like
he's trying to put a shot on either the sniper or the pink squad to make them attempt to run.
Got him.
He can see and shoot at the sniper. All he needs is a crit.
I don't know if I shoot at the pink squad just because Chewbacca will be nominated the commander next round.
Yep. And they'll recover anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a panic won't get him off the board. Because again, measuring with my hands, it would just get him right to the edge. It wouldn't panic him off the board. So, it would make them ineffective for the next 3 turns, but...
The intercept points are right next to the green officer in the center.
Yep, I'll look from above.
To the right, next to the dark green troopers. And then to the left, right next to the aquamarine.
Yep.
And so they're full well covered by Cal here. He's locked down this board. Oh, currently it is 3-0.
Yep, currently 3-0 in favor of Cal, and he might take a shot at Chewie because why not? Apparently no. I don't know what he's doing there, but... Alright. So 2 more points for Cal. Based on our count.
So right now we're looking to a 5-0. 5-0 game.
Even if, and this is a giant if, Cal somehow loses Teal and Luke and the officer, And he would have to lose more things than Notorious Scoundrels against Return of the Jedi. Notorious Scoundrels basically meaning you can pull a Han Solo card back in your hand, but it's irrelevant. So 3-pip versus 3-pip.
It's just so that you can get an order on Chewie.
Yep.
Because
Luke winning. So Luke is able to give out 2 orders.
Plus himself, yeah.
Plus himself. And they remove a suppression.
He gets Inspire. Inspire all.
Well.
Before they keyworded it.
So, Kino needs to score all 3 points.
With only 5 guys.
Yes. In order to win.
Against
1, 2, 3, 4,
6.
5, 6. Yep. I mean, it's doable, don't get me wrong. The odds are foreverly stacked against it, but it is possible. Luke is very unlikely to get into base contact with Chewie anytime soon, by the way. It's doable, but I don't see it.
He might be able to make a 2-move swing to Chewie from here.
With a
maybe
pull?
Maybe not after Chewie moves, but
yeah,
from where he's at right now.
I don't know. Or do you activate blue and gun down the lone trooper out in the open? Looks like that's what he might do.
Yeah, I think that's the answer.
Oh my god. Well, there's a aim and fire at a singular dude.
Someone want to check underneath that blue tray to make sure there's not a magnet under there or something?
Aim and fire. Here we go. That's going to be one dead dude.
Or do you take a shot at the airspeeder?
I think you ignore it, because it is cover 2. Plus armor 2. And how many wounds? 8? Why bother?
It's too late. Good point.
You're never going to kill it. Kill off activations at this point. Well, good thing you have aim. Yeah, still 2. Lives to fight another day!
Oh, George over there making it.
However, he is now a panic range yet again.
And he is definitely not in range of the commander.
I cannot believe he survived. Well, what are they going to do? They're going to shoot at him again next turn. So... oh my god. Hilarity ensues. And he pulls the speeder. Well, I mean, the speeder can attempt to kill a few things.
Doing donuts.
Basically.
I think you shoot down the alleyway. Try to clear off green or something.
Yeah, try and take out light green because that's an easy activation. Apparently he's going to attempt to rocket the guys there, and wow, okay.
I really don't like these split shots.
Into light cover.
3 dice into light cover. Nope.
Well, there you go. 3 hits down to 2. Kills 2. So now it's single man against single man. And then firing at the officer. Three hits down to probably just 3. Officer saving 1. How many wounds does an officer have? 4? Yeah. So 2 wounds. That's not terrible.
Again, I think the issue here is, for me, is that if he had put all of those wounds into one spot, that's 5 wounds, right?
Yep. That would have wiped out the officer, opening up the center.
That That is wiping up a squad.
That
And
also said, though,
if you had done that a few times in this game, you might have cleared out some of this mass that is causing you to lose.
that's true. I don't know. I don't know what I would have done there. I think the split fire here did work out in favor. So green over here, because aiming and firing at Chewie.
Yep. No cover. 7 wounds. seven potential wounds. Probably like 2.
Well, 1 so far. 2. So, 1 more wound on Chewie. Chewie isn't into enraged yet.
Nope,
He does have
4.
low courage. Alright, so Trooper trying to activate. Will he panic? Yes, he does! Again!
That guy's effectively out of the game.
He might be able to get close enough to capture next turn.
He would need 2 actions, and
Oh yeah, he needed to roll really well. Well, it's
Yeah.
possible. Anything is possible. Anything is still possible. It is looking mighty grim for Kenotooth, but anything is possible. I would just aim and fire at Chewie with this guy. Why not? Need to roll the suppression, but still.
I mean, you still have 2 actions either way.
Yep. Aim and fire. Now he gets a hit. Nope, just a hit. I don't know why they rolled a save there, because Chewie had suppression, which means he would be light cover. Looks like Chewie's going to activate before he might panic. He does roll off a suppression. However, this, depending on what Chewie does, this does open him up to being hit by Luke. Aim and fire. Interesting. So, this will open him up to potentially being hit by Luke. Alright, so, looks like a crit and a... So 3 crits coming in, the hit ignored. Can the officer survive? No, the officer eats it.
That gives you the middle.
That does give you the middle. However, Luke is still there to retake it, or at least to deny it. Plus, there's enough troopers they can march over.
Yeah, but you can fortify with your pink.
Yeah, they can roll down the hill.
I mean, you're still talking a long shot, either way.
It's anything is still possible. However, you're now going to see 2 groups of rebel troopers just aim and fire at Chewie, probably.
It is a game of dice, and when you are throwing dice, things happen.
Hunter is indeed activated. It's almost like I have an emoji for this. Luke has 3 wounds. He is at half health. Alright, blue. Interesting. Because moving to get into cover. From here, they can only see Chewie? Well, Yep. If he wants to shoot at Chewie, he really should have touched the crate. It depends if Kenotooth is going to let him get away with it. But this would be one of those friendly moments where you just simply say, hey, you had the movement, you need to be touching the crates. But we'll see if he lets him do it. Or get away with it, rather. So, 9 shots going to fire at Chewie. It might be heavy cover, depending on how they want to call it. Two crits, 3 hits with aim. Or no, no aim. So 3 hits. Does Chewie surge to block?
Nope.
No. So 2 more wounds, enraging Chewie. No longer suppressed. However, open to being shot in the open now.
That might be to his disadvantage.
Correct.
Not being suppressed anymore.
Pink able to likely get into a position where they can heal Chewie if they want to. This game is nuts. What will Pink do? Will they try and heal Chewie? I believe the answer is maybe?
They can't. He's out of range.
Well, they get a second move.
They can cohere him, I guess.
Yeah, they can cohere. Apparently the answer is no. They're just moving them to get into range to attempt to capture the center objective.
Bold. Bold, bold, bold.
That is likely enough range to heal Chewie, though, if they wanted to. Oh, no, it is not.
Just out. Yeah, just out. Throwing one to the dogs.
Yep.
There you go.
That'll do it. However, that actually re-adds the suppression back on Chewie.
No, the suppression does not go back on.
Oh, really? Okay. Never mind then.
It has been cleared because he lost his courage value.
Gotcha.
He currently now has his courage value. Again, so any further shots would...
So Luke could effectively charge Pink. Lunta pointing out exactly what you just said. It's cleared this turn, but new ones can be reapplied.
Yeah. I don't know if you do. I think if you put Luke down there, you risk Chewie charging him. And at this point, Chewie's not afraid of Luke. Luke should be afraid of Chewie, though.
True. I don't know.
Because Luke cannot kill Chewie with one shot.
Correct. This might not be a terrible move. And he's still within range 1 of the objective. Luke swinging away at the troopers, getting 3 hits in. 3 are dead. So it's going to be the medic and the commander.
That's actually a perfect place for you to be. But well, Chewie does not have 4th wound right now, so you're not in danger of being charged.
Sniper trying to take out the last guy, heavy down to light. That is 2 hits. That will be 1 dead unit. So, clearing out that objective. Things have changed, however, still needs to capture this last point for it to matter.
Gotta come in swinging.
Green. Aim and fire at Chewie, I suspect. Alright, firing at Chewbacca, we get 3 hits right out of the gate. You do have an aim. No reason to let it sit on the board. Oof.
Got him.
4 hits on Chewbacca. Failing all 4, Chewie now at 7 damage out of his possible 9.
And now Luke can kill him.
And now Luke has the option to kill him. Or the squads can kill him in their next shooting anyway. I believe that is this turn. It'll be the final turn. If
Well, you see standing orders and...
standing orders and standing orders.
Yeah.
Ouch! I think you give it to Luke. You force push Pink out of there, and then you assault Chewie and kill him. Or do you just let the troopers kill him?
You let the troopers kill him. You wipe this unit.
Yeah, you wipe this unit, get
Push
back.
up to the point, and
Yep. That's the right move.
stay far enough away from Chewie that you're not in his kill box.
Say you're saying that you can use the speeder to move and displace the right objective, sure, but they'll just place themselves directly around it, and they'll still be within range 1. Oh, drawing from the stack, pulling up the Z6 unit. Gonna fire right at Chewbacca. With an aim.
Oh.
That is not what you want to see. That is a good start, though. That is potentially enough. That is 4 hits. They're calling it heavy cover because he's not touching those crates. So lesson learned here. 2 more on Chewbacca. That puts him at 9. That is a Chewbacca.
Yep.
That is game.
100%. Maria lacks troopers.
Apparently they're going to play it out because they're already at the end and there's not enough people here to make a difference. Moving that sniper up, likely to take a shot at, I don't know, green.
Yeah. No cover. That is so brutal. That is so brutal. How many times? 7? 7 shots that were all blank.
That is hilarious. I cannot believe the snipers missed that many times. Oh my god.
That's dice, man. That is such. That's why I hate snipers. I feel for Ken here. That is salt. Someone give the man some salt, because oof.
That is rough. Oh my god. So Z6 and Trooper Leader. I mean, I guess they could fire at anything if they wanted to. Guess he's gonna fire at the truck, the land speeder here. Getting a crit. Losing my co-caster here, but not a big deal. I'll continue. Alright, and land speeder taking a hit. A wound placed on the land speeder. Not going to be that effective or that big of a deal. Trooper unit, so it's going to be the 2 here against Luke. They're going to, I guess, take a singular swing, or they're going to retreat. Either or. Aim and swing, do it. Punch Luke. Punch Luke. Yes. All right. Going for it. He gets a hit. Does Luke take a wound? He does not. Luke blocks it. The punch being no effect. All right. Up next, we're going to see probably another trooper unit. Unless he goes with the... All right. Another trooper unit going to shoot, I guess, at the sniper? Or at the truck? Gonna make a move. Move and a dodge. Alright, pulling the speeder here. Making that hard turn. Gonna take his aim and a shot. What is he going to fire at? Trying to probably take a unit out, because why not? Firing at green. Is he going to put everything into it, or is he only going to fire the main... Oh, he's splitting fire, apparently. So apparently Rocket's going to go into Lime, and then the Mark II is going to go into the other squad. Thank you, Lunta. I will catch you online. Much appreciated. Alright, 2 hits. Rerolling into 4 hits. 4 hits on green. That can be dodged down to 3. And losing 2 models. And then firing the rocket at the 2 guys in the light cover. Getting 3 hits there, so it's going to be down to 2. Potential to lose the squad. And no, double block. The troopers love it. Nothing happened there at all. Alright, activating Luke here. Looks like it's going to be just a couple swings at the unit leader and the medic. Going to be a little bit of overkill, but why not? Four hits, the rest don't even matter because those 2 are just dead. And then Luke able to take another action if he so chooses to move back probably onto the objective and capture it. Alright, final unit over here. Having to roll a suppression. He makes it. With that, he should be able to make it back to the objective to at least get some points. And that wraps up the game. Score is going to be 4 points, 9 points to 2. 9-2 in favor of Caldias. Way outside of the expected after the first round, or first 2 rounds, losing the FD and Sabine. However, completely pulling it out and Luke just murdering everything on the board. And then really good firing and dice. Woof. That is interesting.
Luke did Luke things.
Luke did Luke things indeed.
I mean, you can't be upset about that.
No, that was a fantastic game. That was one hell of a seesaw back and forth, or roller coaster even.
You know, and that's the power of Skywalker over a Landspeeder.
I guess I will hop up into their channel and say hey real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. You want to join me up there?
Sure thing.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
what's up?
Feel like chatting at the stream for a second?
Sure.
Sure.
The biggest question for you, Kino, before any other things, will you
Yes.
ever use snipers again?
I know.
No, we're just gonna fire that one guy from the
Yeah,
army,
that guy needs a
and
new
and
gun.
and we're gonna get some new guys that understand how to use a rifle.
My understanding, and based on my count, was 7 straight double
Yeah,
blanks.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't think they were all in a row, but yes, 7 total,
yes,
6
yes.
of which were from one gun.
That is insane, to say the least.
It
Absolutely
is.
insane.
It certainly felt like it was from one gun.
So I must say, while the Z6 dice were hot on Craig's side, the white
Yep.
saves on both of your sides are absolutely astronomically great.
Yeah, that
Like, you
was
guys were
ridiculous.
saving way outside of what you'd expect for a 5 up. It's in.
White defense dice are my friend. I am a rebel player.
That's right. Just embrace the white dice. It's
Yeah.
gonna come up saves eventually.
So, I guess I'll just ask a couple quick questions, then we can get out of here because it is 11:40, and you guys did play relatively fast. I was impressed, especially with Craig being a new player. So, fantastic job. I'm sure Kino, you helped him out a bit. So,
He definitely gave me some pointers and reminded me of some things that I missed or would have missed if I hadn't been reminded. It was really cool. of him.
we'll start with you then, Caldeus. What was your general strategy going into this, and how did you react once you took the loss of Sabine and the FD right out of the gate?
Yeah, it was pretty rough. I was just trying to focus on two. I was thinking like the middle looked rough, so I was maybe gonna try to just go on the sides, but yeah, after Sabine and the turret left, that's when I was like, I pretty much need to abandon the middle. But I got really lucky with some like Luke rolls and some Z shots, so that helped me able to at least stay relevant in the middle more than I thought I would be able to be.
Then, Kenotooth, what was your general strategy, and how were you adapting to things?
Well, Celeste is designed to do what it did, where it puts Han in a great spot to just get 2 shots off first round. I mean, granted, he only got 1, but that was, out activated, or not out activated, but Luke ran up after Han could activate. Biggest thing I ran into, or mistake I made was that I forgot that I was playing objectives in the second round and didn't move Chewbacca or the fleets to contest.
Oh yeah, you did kind of leave them in a position where they were neither near either of the 2 objectives.
Yeah.
So you pulled the old
going into the
Reha, is
second
what you were
round.
saying then, by forgetting objectives.
Yes, exactly. I rehot it.
Awesome. Well, so I'm sure, and I don't mean to pick on you with a lot of this stuff if you do rewatch this stream, Caldeus, but there's a lot of, like, I don't want to say newbie things that you fell prey to, but
Oh, I'm
certain
sure.
certain things like how Blue Squad is not touching the crates to take away the cover from Chewie when they fired.
Yeah.
A lot of forward cohesion things, stuff like that you definitely, if you had tightened those up, you would have been infinitely better than you already were, which was pretty good. Again, this was a whole roller coaster back and forth. Everyone loved it, by the way.
That's awesome.
But yeah, just minor things like that, and you tighten up your game and be pretty much right on par with anybody else, and no one would have any idea that you were, like, this is your, second or third game since the release.
Yeah, I played a couple in real life ones. So I think this is like my 6th, but yeah, it's pretty still shaking out a lot of rust from before that I played during core set, but not for very long. But I was telling Kino that one of my biggest problems is trying to figure out where to put dudes where they can see other people but still get cover. That's a thing that I need to work on myself. I still am like kind of.
Hey, I'm glad you recognize that. I mean, I know that you come from a very deep and vast experience of both Armada and kill teams, so that probably doesn't translate exactly to this, but is there anything that you think from either of those 2 that do translate?
Definitely. I think Kill Team helps me remember to focus on objectives as much as I can, because I played a lot of Arena, which is like objective-based, focused variant of the open air one. So yeah, just trying to focus on objectives.
Is there anything you would have changed about your list?
The rebel officer feels like a little useless. So I feel like he's not really doing much for me. He has improvised order, but I haven't even had to use it this game. So maybe I was thinking I've thought about dropping him to give out more stuff, but it does leave me at 9 activations, so it's a little rough. I don't know.
What about you, Kino? If you changed anything, what would you change? Snipers?
Playing a different archetype? No, I'm a Switch player. I don't tend to play the same thing too often, so I'll
Gotcha.
probably play different.
Yeah, I definitely think next round I'm gonna try out Han or Jin. I'm not sure which, but I definitely want to try something new next.
I mean, this is the perfect opportunity to do so. The Yavin-based team league is perfect for just doing all sorts of crazy list ideas and not having to sweat it too much. So, I mean, it was a great game from both of you players. I appreciate you letting us stream it. That was awesome of you guys to let us do that. Coming up, let me review my list here. We have FTG Pope versus Bees tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the evening. I don't have a streamer currently listed for that. Then we have Nocturnal Loner versus G-Bread at 6:30. Also don't have a streamer for that one. Then we have 7 o'clock, so 6, 6:30, 7, all Eastern. We have Nerfly versus Stabcast. Tim, I might be able to cover that, but that's kind of up in the air. And then after that, we have the once and future Codec, who was my co-caster for this evening, playing against Karma 5-5. That's going to be casted by Endless, so be sure to watch on Yavin Base. And that will be to potentially clinch, my team's either victory or loss. And if he loses, we have all decided we're going to kick Thrawn out of our team. So thank you everybody for coming out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to follow everyone's channel. That should be my own that you're watching here, Yavin Base, Invader League, what's his name, Timothy Irish, and I believe Nerfly as well, are all ones that you can follow. And then I will keep updating everyone. Just check out the latest TV guide list I'll post in the league chat. And thank you guys, and I'll catch you next time. Everyone say bye.
Bye.
Oh, see you later. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.